Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is James, and this is where I make music and videos. As promised, today is going to be a beat making day, so we got a hard-hitting one here, a hip-hop beat called Honey. It's called Honey. Please ignore the name. I just named it that because I was using Arcade for a lot of this, and that is the whatever they call it, the line or something that most of the sounds came from. But it's a nice beat. I dig it. I hope you guys dig it too. So before we get into that, I'm excited to show you something. I got a flash. So I've been doing some photography with the A7S III, and because I didn't have a flash, I was taking continuous light, or I was trying to work with the light that was in the room, and it definitely could have been a lot better. So in those instances where I need a flash, I'm gonna keep this handy with me, and it's not a lot. I think it was like $80, $80 to $90 just for this flash, but this is considered an entry-level flash. The really standard ones, you get into the 300 and the 400, and I'm like, I don't need all that right now. But this is definitely a step above what I was doing, which was either trying to drag my continuous lights around to photo shoots or just work with the light that was there, which A7S III is great in low light. It's fantastic, but light is king. The more light you feed your camera, the better the image. So that's true in photos and in video. So I'm definitely excited what is gonna come with this flash. So just wanted to throw that in there. Let's get into this beat. All right. So this beat is called Honey. Like I said, please ignore that title. I just named it that because that is the name of the Arcade line. That is the name of the line that I'm using for the majority of these sounds. So I'm gonna play the beat. Just got a quick 8-bar loop going, and we'll dig into it from there. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. Woo. But let's get into this beat. So I'm going to go in order of how these sounds were added, where my mind was going. So the first sound didn't even come from the Honey line. It came from the Downtime line. This is where I realized, I literally learned with this beat that they now introduce instruments into Arcade. I don't know why I've been neglecting Arcade just to find that out that way, but we're gonna move past that. So here's this sound that I first started with. And I just kept it like that. Usually I'll try to quantize my sounds. This, I wanted to keep it pretty organic, so I just said, hey, I'm gonna leave it alone. There were a couple of other sounds where I left it the same as well. After that, we got into some other things here. You know what? It was this. This is where I first got into Honey, because I was like, I need a percussion element, that rhythmic element to help get into the groove of it. And both of these instruments are from Honey as well, of course. Most of this stuff is from Honey. And I had a good groove going with all this. Yep. Ooh. And I was just a fan of what the chord was doing there, of that progression. From there, I went into this lead. Which the lead I still want to make some adjustments to, but I just felt like that fit for this beat. That fit for this beat, so then I added the bass. Yep. And on the second half, there's a variation on the bass as well. I laid the bass before I laid the kick. Definitely wanted to give the bass some room to move and just work the kick around that. And this ARP, we're not going to go there yet because that was actually the last element in this set of instruments that I added. After that, I got into the drums, which I started with these two. And I just put a little bit, I almost treated it like a delay on that clap. And then I added the kick here. Yeah. So you notice on the kick, I kind of put this I put that in an interesting spot. It almost feels like it's on the triplet beat, kind of before, I don't want to say opposite, but it's on a swing. It's on a swing, but it's earlier than the verses after it, if that makes sense. So that's where I felt like I wanted to put the kick in, and right now it's working. I might change my mind later. And then of course with that percussion element, I wanted to put something on top of it, so I just added some hats. Ooh, yeah. And the hats are, where did I get this? The hats in this are so crisp. Whose kit did I get this from? Oh, I forgot I copied it to the project. So I believe I got this from Dar'rell Banks, the Vault. Yep, Dar'rell Banks, the Vault. So this is where I got the hi-hat, super crisp. I love Dar'rell Banks stuff. I follow his YouTube. I'm a huge fan. And of course, where's Lakey Inspired? I did the Lakey Inspired Golf Crash because his drums are always somewhere in the beat. Where's Lakey Inspired? I want to know where he is. I'm concerned about his well-being. I really am. So, with that out of the way, it was feeling really good. And I added this ARP, not to sit on top of this because we have this element here. And I feel like those would be just a little too much ethereal stuff going on. Maybe they could fit well together, but I really wanted to get some separation, so. Maybe one will come in and the other fall out, or maybe I just might end up putting them together. But those are the elements of this beat, and oh man, the way it was riding. So initially, I will tell you what, everything was just like this. It was going good. I'll add that in just because. And I was like, you know what? I want more separation between the bass and the kick. So I put a ton of shift. On this bass, line. And that helped the bass to separate enough from the kick to where they're not eating each other up, taking up headroom in the mix, but also just, I don't know, it just did something to the beat where it just added a nice rock to the low end elements, and I love it. Listening to it, there's some more things I can do with it, but man, I just had it here and I'm like, this is such a good vibe right now. Didn't want to mess it up. You know, just practicing dropping stuff out. Yeah, That is a beat, just a real quick video. I made this today and definitely wanted to walk through it. So let me know what you think of the beat. If you love it, thumbs up, great. If you don't love it, okay, thumbs down, that's fine too. Just give me your honest opinion. Comment what you like about it, what you don't like about it, whatever. But either way, subscribe to the channel. That is what I really care about. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you hanging out with me, walking through this beat today. And best believe, there are great things to come in both video, in music, and in photography. Now that I got this little nifty fella right here. So I'm definitely excited of all the things that are happening. I'm gonna have to shoot video earlier than I usually do. Next week I got a video gig with my bro Lee from Bake Media, so I will plug his channel in here as well so you can get to know the Bakes. I love them, they're my family, so go ahead and check them out. But yeah guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and you guys have a great one. Peace.